There we have it, officially the first thriller of IPL 2024. It's just day 2 and after
third game.
Yeah. But day 2, na?
Day 2, game 3.
Okay,
yes.
Day 2, game 3. Siddharth is excited, he will go ahead. Tell us.
Okay, so 76 runs needed of the last 4. Heinrich Klassen puts on an exhibition of batting along with Shahbaz Ahmed. 5 runs needed of 2 balls. Yet KKR, by the barest of margins, win by 4 runs. At the 16 over mark, we felt that Andre Russell could walk on water. 64 of 25 and then 2 wickets. But then Heinrich Klassen, calculated hitting, 21 runs in Varun Chakravarti's over, 26 runs of 24.75 crore Mitchell Starc. He ends with 4 overs, no maidens, none for 53. 13 runs in the final over bowled by Harshad Rana, but a 6 and a single. You need 7, then a wicket happens. Then he holds his nerve and KKR win by 4 runs.
KKR have made it a habit of giving us thrillers and winning those thrillers.
Exactly. I mean, who could forget KKR versus LSG?
It turned out to be the first thriller of last season and this season as well. The first thriller, thanks to KKR, we have it.
KKR are the thrill machine if you look at it, because who would have thought they could hit 76 in 24? They had no business coming this close, but Heinrich Klassen, man, 8 sixes in his knock of 64. We thought, Russell's 64 was great, but Klassen, man, calculated hitting, spin, pace, it doesn't trouble him. So
that said his bit.
No, I want him to finish.
Still catching our breath from what has been our first thriller after the dull start to game 1. Rather dull finish to game 2 also. Delhi versus Punjab.
Overall.
Delhi versus Punjab.
On the day
For 36 overs, it seemed like KKR would dominate. 3 overs, SRH dominated. You may say 39.3. 39.3 overs, you didn't know which way the game went, but now Harshit Rana, 2 wickets and the celebrations. Some may feel that I kind of thought it was way over the top. I mean, those celebrations that he was doing. I mean, that one flying kiss that he gave to Mayank Agarwal also. Yes. Then he gave a
little send-off of sorts to Klassen as well.
Klassen as well, yeah. But Klassen by the time had become a real thorn in the flesh of the Kolkata Knight Riders bowlers. And Shreyas Iyer was under the pump, honestly. Whatever the bowlers tried. And I think they will be ruining the fat Sunrisers. Why couldn't they send Shahbaz Ahmed higher? He's a pretty capable bat. He had 16 or 4. He was batting in stick cricket mode. 6, 4, 6. That's it. He didn't have that much trouble. But that's one thing Pat Cummins will be ruining. So, in the battle of the 45.25 crore guys, both failed spectacularly. Starc failed. Cummins kind of did well with the ball, but his captaincy under the Russell onslaught might kind of ensure it okay. Didn't get off to a great start. And SRH's jinx continues versus KKR at the Eden. 7 losses in 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. So, thankfully they didn't have a Harry Brook. Because Harry Brook was the guy who hit a century, and that was the only knock that they had, and KKR lost to Sunrisers Hyderabad last year.
Yeah.
My heart's stabilizing now.
Are you done finally?
Finally.
Okay, now, Ashit.
Again, while all the talk will be about KKR winning the match, and it should be, but I think you thought that, Andre Russell had already given you the innings of, let's say, the first half of the IPL, let's say. That's how good an innings it was. I think this innings from Heinrich Klassen would also go down as one of the top knocks when you look at the 70 odd games getting over. What a knock over there. And this is, by the way, a guy who was short of a place. But remember, he comes at the back of hundreds of runs, 300 odd runs, I think, that he scored. He's second highest run getter in the SA, 20 scored runs over there at a strike rate of 207. And that tells you the way that he was hitting the ball, and especially the way that he, smacked mid-start, right towards the end, almost in fact knowing what length he was going to bowl, especially the shot that he hit on the offside when the ball was pitched fuller. That told you how good he was, let's say, and how he was in fact as a batter, a step ahead of the bowler as well. Had all shots in the book, almost took his team over the line. And remember this, in fact, KKR, where they are right now with these 2 points, they would feel that they have gotten out of jail because the momentum was gone. All the momentum was with the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and that wicket of Henrik Klassen in fact came against the run of play, I would say. It was all Sunrisers Hyderabad, and you thought that Harshit Rana, given the little experience by the way that he has, he also by the way is somebody who comes at the back of a lot of good performances in domestic cricket, scored 100 as well. He's a handy batter too, let's not forget. So Harshit Rana holding his nerve, and yeah, KKR just about doing enough on the day to be able to get those first couple of points, getting getting IPL 2024 off with a good start. But there are concerns over there for KKR, given the fact that you conceded 200 odd runs that you conceded today. Having scored those runs, I don't think, given where they had SRH at one point, they should have conceded that many, and that's where the guy who got the big bucks really will need to step up, because he was found wanting on more than one occasion.
Yep.
I just have to say one line. A big shout out to Priyansh, who is one of our viewers, who when I think nobody gave chance to the SRH team, I think he was one of them who said that don't rule out SRH. I quite frankly didn't think that they'd give Kolkata Knight Riders a run for their money, but I think they did. It was a close game. Going into that last over, I think SRH were favourite to win, but eventually it's Kolkata Knight Riders. Kudos to Harshit Rana and co.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, but more importantly, it will be very interesting to see.
All the celebrations that you saw from Harshit Rana, was there at any point you were reminded of another player who we're yet to see feature in the IPL and has also done well in domestic?
No, I can't.
For me, his antics reminded me of Riyan Parag. Again, overexcited, jumping the gun a bit, I think, and it's just the first performance, let's say, and yes, he had things go his way, but maybe those celebrations could have been a little muted, and every right to celebrate, by the way, as a bowler. Got nothing against the bowler per se, but the celebration maybe could have been a little muted, not as exaggerated as it was, because such things can come to haunt you back. It's just the first game. You've got another 13 to go, and maybe more as well, depending on how the tournament progresses.
I think, yeah, I mean, there might be people who argue that fine, okay, his celebrations were over the top, but a bowler, when he celebrates here. I mean, you have to give that much of a leeway to it. But remember, more than the wicket that he took, had Suyash not taken that catch,
yes,
I think it was game over for Kolkata Knight Riders, because if he had dropped that catch, it would have been a 2 or a 4, and the scores would have been level, and who knows, a super over also could have beckoned had a dot ball happened, but no, Suyash's catch, that ensured KKR would at least win. So Harshit Rana, kudos to him for ensuring that he got those wickets. 3 for 33, he ended up with very good figures. 2 for 25 for Andre Russell, but again, why I stress that one particular individual with a good economy rate is so important. Sunil Narain.
Yes.
1 for 19. 1 for 19. He could have gotten 2. Why didn't they review that? I just don't understand. So, Sunil Narain is your ultimate X factor, and it made up for a disaster that Varun Chakravarti had. 1 for 55.
Especially the last over of his.
That got it back. I mean, see, 16 runs, 21 runs, 26 runs. That was the sequence of how it went. So, 63 runs came in 3 overs. They needed 20 per over. They are getting it at 21 and 26 per over. That's how potent this guy's attack was.
The difference, in fact, and correct me if I'm wrong over there, I felt that SRH bowlers were still trying a little more, and I think on most occasions they got it right as well with their bowling. It was down to, let's say, the excellence of Andre Russell, because they were again trying to find ways, and they were doing things, mixing things up. Apart from Harshit Rana in the last over, I felt that things became way too predictable with the KKR bowlers at the depth.
They miss the lens, honestly. And I think bowling Chakravarti, I would have imagined if you could bowl a Narain. Narain has experience bowling in the death. Why did you want to bowl a Chakravarti?
But
That
Narayan,
is the
was
one.
you finished up early.
That's the thing. I think they got the roles reversed. You have to finish Chakravarti first and then keep Narain a bit later. Because he's a very good bowler in the death. He once saved 14 runs in the final over and Glenn Maxwell was batting for Punjab Kings at that time. So there is pedigree in the way how he does it, how Sunil Narayan bowls. This is where I think KKR will have to change their plan. You can't keep a Chakravarti in the death because his mystery might soon become history if that happens. So, don't have Chakravarti in the death. If they had not bowled Chakravarti, I'm sure they wouldn't have come that close. That is my assumption of the whole thing. Shreyas probably got it wrong. He should have bowled Chakravarti
You were
earlier.
also left with, I think, 2 overs of Russell, right?
You are left with 2 of Suyash, 2 of Russell,
Yeah.
you are left 1 of Harshit Rana and 1 of Mitchell Stark. For me, I think the decision to bowl Chakravarti baffled me.
I think I don't have an issue with Sunil Narayan. You know, his 4 overs. Again, it's clear. Like let's say is the case with Deepak Chahar. I know what his utility is. I am fine bowling him 3 overs in the power play, then 1 over in the middle overs, and I'm done with him because I know I can't rely on him at the death, and I know what his role is going to be. So maybe with Sunil Narayan as well, the role's cut out. 4 quick overs, economical overs. Use him up as quickly as possible. Put the pressure because he's going to give you good economy as well as he did today. Chip in with a couple of wickets. So I think I'm fine with that. Bowling Varun Chakravarti at the death is something I think KKR would not want to do, or Shreyas Iyer would not want to make the same mistake again. Because again, bowling any spinner, yes, there is some mystery that Varun Chakravarti offers, but it's not the kind of mystery that a Sunil Narayan can offer. Even then, I wouldn't want, let's say, Narayan to be bowling my 19. If I have somebody like an Andre Russell, yes, I know he gave away 25 in the 2 overs that he bowled, but still with the experience and the fact that I know he can mix it up, I would still go with him. I think that's where Shreyas Iyer missed it.
Yeah, because see, Stark first match after 9 years. I don't think he will soon get into the groove, but it will take him a lot of time. That is one major thing. Harshit Rana, luckily it worked for you. Luckily it happened today. Chakravarti, it started the rot. Andre Russell also, if you look at it, he's got only one dimension that he's bowling. He's bowling short. Somewhere it could backfire. And remember, the square boundaries, as the third man fine leg boundaries, are incredibly small in Eden. It's about 54 and 60, if I am not mistaken. Russell and, okay, you impact some Suyash Sharma. Why couldn't he get a better bowl in the middle overs? Just 2 overs for 18. Okay, we got it. But then he came back well after that. You know, with Klassen around, he couldn't have bowled in the final overs. So that's where somewhere down the line, I think Iyer's captaincy in trying to rotate his bowlers, he got away because he had the runs on the board. But I would suggest that if you have to ensure that Kolkata do not have those inconsistent troughs that they have in the middle of the IPL, these kind of tactics will soon get caught out. So ideally, bowl Chakravarti out. Your death overs is an issue. From game number 1, what is the first issue that you have identified here? Death overs for KKR. If Stark doesn't fire, they have had it in the death overs, and you need one enforcer there. That's ironically Sunil Narayan. He's got a very good record bowling the death overs.
I was wondering if Nikhil completely agrees with us or disagrees with us because
No, I'm just soaking in. I thought I'll soak in today.
So either you're wholly in agreement or wholly in disagreement.
I have no opinion as such. I just have 2-3 points to make. One, as I said, Priyansh, well done for picking and having faith. 2, it's not just what the scorecard is. I don't want to look at the scorecard. I don't want to look at who gave more runs or less runs. But just on the face of it, when you see a bowler perform, for me, apart from Sunil Narayan and his figures look good, I'm not even looking at his figures now or looking why. Just to the naked eye, who looked the most impressive? One, Sunil Narayan, because even now, having played IPL for so long, still can keep that mystery alive, where he's hiding the ball and you don't know which way it's going to turn. So that's his X factor. But the next best bowler was Suyash Sharma. the one that troubled. By the way, mighty impressed with Suyash Sharma. When I saw him last season, I thought maybe he's new, and then it's a different kind of an action he has, the way he's bowls a bit quicker, so it's coming on as a surprise factor and people will figure out. I must say that I think he's added a couple more things to his bowling and looked very impressive. So mighty impressive as Suyash Sharma. Some of those quicker balls, some of those googlies that he bowled, outstandingly disguising them very, very well. I think he's come back as a better bowler. He's come into this season as a better bowler. Look, as I said, to the naked eye, if I'm captain, I'm definitely bowling him more overs. Yes, you're going by reputation of a Varun Chakravarti, and you know that he's done well, but just on the naked eye test, Suyash Sharma is looking so much better. I would have gotten him to finish his 4 overs earlier itself. Maybe not bowl him in the death, and I have no problem with him bowling the bowlers in the death that he did, but should have got his overs finished earlier. That's one. Secondly, Harshit Rana, I think the biggest talking point for Harshit Rana will be his celebration, but I don't think he deserves that. Today, Harshit Rana needs to be celebrated for the bowler that he is. His wickets weren't by chance. His wickets were all because of his skills. Remember the most crucial points of the games, he got you back. Forget the number of wickets who's taken what. Andre Russell may have taken 2 wickets, and Varun Chakravarti took a wicket, Sunil Narine. The most important stages of the match, it's Harshit Rana who stepped up. First, when they were cruising, I think Sunrisers Hyderabad at that stage, 60 runs for no loss in 5 overs, were cruising to the target. That's where he gets a Mayank Agarwal. The first breakthrough Harshit Rana gets you. Then towards the death, where they could have still won it with a Klassen in the form that he was, he gets you that wicket as well. So for me, the man of the match, I know people will disagree. They'll say, the way Andre Russell batted and got those runs, he will be. But look at the crucial performances of Harshit Rana. I think despite Andre Russell's performance, Kolkata could have lost, 1, if that opening partnership continued for another 5 overs, or 2, if you did not get that Klassen wicket towards the end. And by the way, as I said, that Klassen wicket, if you look at it closely, wasn't by chance. It's a slower ball that he's bowled. So good skill by him, outstanding, bowling that final over in a situation where the previous overs have gone for 20 plus runs. He has to defend 13, which looks minuscule compared to what the overs before him had given, and yet he comes and defends it with his skill, with his temperament. So I hope you remember Harshit Rana for his performance, not for those celebrations. I think we can agree and disagree on that. I think both of you make valid points. There is a part of me that says his celebrations were over the top. Why was he not celebrating when he was getting hammered? Mayank Agarwal and company were hammering him, then they was quiet, but then got the wicket, gave him the send-off. Similarly for Klassen, almost won you the game. You were quietly sitting in one corner. You get his wicket and you do it. I just thought that that's being an opportunist. So just celebrating at that time, I thought, and the way he did, I thought was over the top. You can celebrate and you have the right to celebrate, I agree. But the way he did it, I thought was on a certain occasion disrespectful to the batter, and they were upset on that.
That's what, particularly, let's say somebody like a Mayank Agarwal, much senior to him as far as domestic.
No, I'm not even looking.
And see, if there was some sort of a background there, had there been some sort of aji-baji between the two, while let's say he was being hammered and maybe there was some fun being poked or some joke or some jibe, let's say that was directed towards him, but none of that happened.
No, but I'm saying even if that wasn't the case, I still thought it was over the top. Let's say there's no
question. I would
still
have taken it maybe, because again, if the batter instigated, then I'm just giving it back to him.
I'm saying even if that's not the case, I still felt it was over the top. Having said that, there's a part of me that agrees that a fast bowler needs to be aggressive, that a fast bowler will, channelize his energy, and I think it's that energy, that aggression that get him that wicket. That's the energy and the aggression that fires them up to be performing at that level. Wouldn't have been easy, right? Defending just 13 with Klassen in the murderous form that he was. Yes. You have to have nerves of steel, and maybe that nerves of steel comes from that aggression. So maybe it is the aggression that helps. So I see both points, but my point is, which is just another look to it, don't talk about his celebrations today. Celebrate him for his bowling. The one point I will make about SRH, and I agree that you look at that batting lineup, I was baffled, and I think we discussed it. I don't know if Siddharth was there, and I said, They're sending Shahbaz to
Yeah,
bat at this
we
number.
did discuss it, yes.
Are you insane? I mean, he's a guy who's batted number 4, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
for RCB.
RCB.
You're sending him there.
Oh,
What on earth? And secondly, I'm sorry to say, but what was Rahul Tripathi doing? In a game where you're chasing 200 runs, that kind of batting is unacceptable. Look clueless. I'm not going to mince my word. Look clueless. And by the way, not helped by Aiden Markram. The experienced pro also should have taken the attack. If the one guy is struggling, the other one should have taken the attack. Here you are chasing that kind of a total. I thought that was mindless batting. And by the way, Rahul Tripathi now back to back.
Yeah.
2 seasons back to back. Last season also had a horrid season.
Yes.
And here again, he will need to step up. I agree that based on his past performances, maybe given a chance or two, that's all right. Getting out, not getting runs is one thing, but you need to have that approach. He's being sent at number 3. You cannot be batting with the approach that he was, especially when you're chasing 200. So Rahul Tripathi needs to, and especially when you got a Shahbaz Ahmed who has to come down and bat at number 7 or wherever he's batting. Ditto for Abdul Saman, ditto for Aiden Markram. All of them really need to step up. The rest of the batting was good.
Yeah, I mean, total, if you look at it, 53 runs that Samad, Markram and Tripathi scored. But look at the number of deliveries, 20 plus 13 plus 11. So that is 44. 53 or 44 with a strike rate of just about 110 or 20.
Unacceptable.
It's okay in the chase of 150, 160, but not 200.
Unacceptable. And despite that, if SRH has reached this far, it just is a testament to the knock that Henrik Klassen played. And you know, that's why they say don't make too bold predictions in cricket. This game has a funny way of biting you back. Just in the mid innings, I said that what we've seen from Russell, already could be a contender for one of the best knocks in the IPL. And guess what? An hour later, Klassen replicates it. You could still argue that Russell's was better, maybe, but I'm saying he almost replicated it, almost at the same level. For all you know, whatever few runs they fell short, 5 runs, 4 runs here and there, and it would have been Klassen's innings that would have been celebrated more than Russell. So within a period of 1 hour, you've had a repeat of that knock, which you just saw and thought was incomparable. Nobody would even come close. It's happened in the next inning only, in the same match. Just tells you, hold your horses. Don't make too many bold predictions.
Yeah, I mean, he hit more sixes than Russell. 7 Russell hit, he hit 8. No boundaries, just sixes. It was 6 or nothing for Henrik Klassen. That's how, and calculated. In the slot, he'll just hit it out of the bar. And he used the small boundaries also. Onside boundary was smaller. That's why he used that to his advantage. And offside, if you look at it, it was longer, but he still managed to clear the ropes. Which is why I think this is a great knock. But yes, it took a great catch. Had Suyash Sharma not taken that catch, it was game over for KKR.
But I know it looked great, but it wasn't a catch that you would accept if he dropped it also.
There's actually, it's not just running backwards. He'd had to put in a dive as well. If he hadn't put in the dive, he wasn't reaching. So that's a very underrated catch, I would say. It has to go down as, again, a match determining
You still bowled him as 2 overs less.
Yes.
Fabulous.
You did. And I remember one of the googlies that he bowled skidded through so much.
Yeah, very quick, very good. He's come back as a better bowler, no doubt. He anyway impressed in his debut season. Yeah. Now he's even improved. Also, one to watch out.
Also has a back of the hand delivery.
Yes,
I think
and disguises it very well. I think it was the first over that he bowled, and he got that, and I think it was Mayank at that time who was batting or someone, and just got an inside edge. Didn't read the googly. Just survived. Like, tried to play a shot thinking it'll be a leg spin.
Yep.
Inside out, got an inside edge. Would have picked up a wicket earlier. He's disguising it very well. Suyash Sharma, one to watch out for.
But I hope he is utilized better.
Yeah.
Because today 2 overs just was not enough. So that's why I'm... Okay. Yeah, this was the one, Priyansh, yes.
Yep.
This was the one. But, yeah, so PBKS.
That's the order from there, no?
No. Which one? I don't know.
Yeah. Whatever you search, then comes up.
Yeah.
Okay. International 3191 US is saying orange cap should be for most impact bat, not most runs. But again, international cricket, what do you define as an impact? It is subjective. A 30 of, like say for example, Abhishek Porel's 32 of 10, that is great for impact. But if you look at impact, but did Delhi win? No, they didn't. So how are you going to define impact? What is the standard called as impact?
Impact's very subjective. That's the problem with it. It's not as objective as stats, which is why, let's say, man of the match is one thing. If you were to, let's say, go ahead and nominate most valuable player in terms of performance, or the
I
most
remember last
metric.
No, but last season, I think this is a point that we raised on Sports Today, and I tried to figure out a formula. Could not really, but I think there are much smarter minds out there. If you can come up with a formula like Duckworth-Lewis, I think maybe a formula can be worked out where you can have a few things. I know it won't be easy for everyone to understand, but that's much like that spirit of the award also. We don't know, right? But we are told that someone got voted this much, the other team voted, and we take it.
Fair play.
Yeah, so fair play. Yeah, exactly. So, but we are told, so why not have a matrix where you could take few things. Let's say you take, rather than an absolute number of most runs, you take percentage runs scored in a match. So if you have scored 50, which happens to be 33% of the runs that your team got, that should be valued more than if you scored 70, but that's still the 20% of runs that your team got. So look at that. Why I'm saying you need to do that? One, it will tell you the opposition, the bowling opposition may have been tougher. So that's why the team, or the pitch condition would have been tougher. How do you compare a 50 that comes at a Wankhede vis-a-vis a 50 that could come on a Turner in Chepauk? We don't know, right? So don't go with absolute. So you can't, I know you cannot get pitches everywhere, which is why I'm saying you look at the percentage of runs. That itself will tell you.
But even I think, at times even that will not be a good enough indicator. Let's say Pat Cummins today, had he picked, let's say, 4 wickets with the ball, pressure
situation.
situation.
Talk about orange cap.
Last ball. I'm just saying impact. If you were judging player, let's say for
Runs.
Just tell me batting, no? You tell me a batting example.
So maybe a Shivam Dube.
Make a point.
Shivam Dube yesterday.
Make a point. So you first take one, and by the way, that won't be the only thing. Percentage of runs is one. That then tells you the quality of the opposition. That's a metric to look at the quality of opposition bowling.
That's that as well.
I'm saying no, with the percentage of runs. Percentage of runs, if you see a high scoring match, percentage of runs you'll have to get a lot more. A low scoring match, percentage of runs will be less. So it will automatically tell you the pitch and opposition, no? If on a pitch or an opposition only 150 is scored, your 50 is more valuable than that, na? Vis-a-vis on a pitch on a bowling attack where 200 is scored, then your 50 is not that valuable. It automatically takes into account pitch and opposition if you look at percentage of runs. First take that and have a matrix of awarding points like that. Right, whatever, or maybe something as simple as whatever percentage of runs you get is the points, 33, 20, 25. That's one, but that's not all. You will have to come up with more metrics too, where percentage of runs probably will be always higher for top order batters. Maybe the lower order batters won't get it. That's when you get in the strike rate thing as well. So percentage of run vis-a-vis second. But I'm saying it will be a complicated form.
That will favor the opening batters, let's say, a lot more.
No,
because you're batting in the power play, it's easier to clear the boundaries.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's still a fairer thing because there are a lot of other batters like a Rinku or a Russell or whatever that come and hit, or a Dube come and hit, so they get that benefit. I'm saying you need to put these things together and then come up with a formula, which, as I said, much smarter mathematicians out there can put it, and then you tell us the award for the best batter of the season.
I mean, there was a...
See, there is some sort of, again, impact. There's always going to be a great deal of
so I'm not saying now leave it to wins and fancies of everyone. Don't leave it at impact. Come up with a formula which then is applied to everything. There could be flaws in that also, but put a formula. Just as you don't have to explain it to everyone. Just say that we have a blender with a formula. We put in the numbers there. Whatever the blender churns out, you tell.
It's like the Don Bradman of cricket websites have done.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe, see, there was another one. There was a certain impact index kind of a thing that was done by one of the reporters.
Yeah.
But that was so complicated.
But I'm saying but there was also test cricket. Don't get that complicated stuff. Just look at percentage of runs and strike rate And then devise a formula. These are, I'm just telling you some macro.
Yeah, but international
Will you
cricket,
require-
I mean, impact is very, very, very subjective. That's the problem. Quantifiable is only runs and strike rate on an average. That's how it is. Suryansh Sharma is saying, not Suyash Sharma, Suryansh Sharma. One move by Shreyas was good to bowl Harshit, not Russell in 20th over. Like commentators, even I thought Russell would be given the over as more experience. No,
I thought so as well.
I disagree.
No, I remember saying Harshit Rana. I wouldn't have.
I
gone
was
with
having a
Russell.
chat with the folks upstairs. Again, our guess was that it will be
No.
Russell.
Russell in the death
Mine
has
was
never been
Harshit,
good.
and I'm not saying it in hindsight.
Yeah.
This is what I thought even when. And by the way, before that also Harshit Rana had been outstanding. As I said, picked up the wicket when you needed it up front.
Yep.
I'm not surprised. Suryan Sharma it is. It can't be Suyash. But
Suryansh.
yeah, but Suyash it could have been just that now he just finished the match. So how would he do it?
Exactly.
Had it been some other match, then
Other match, the match before or something.
Yep.
could have come.
Karthik K is like saying, roller coaster life of hardcore MI SRH fan. Down today, up tomorrow. Mayank Tripathi, Bhuvi, Samaj should pay SRH to play. Klassen hitting is pure.
No, you're being unfair to Mayank. You've been unfair to Bhuvi as well.
Yeah, Bhuvi had one off day, but Samad and Tripathi I agree. Two back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, that even.
Samad, only that one knock that he played against Rajasthan Royals, but that too, Sandeep Sharma had suffered a Captain Russell moment. No ball, final ball, remember in Simon Singh. Yes,
Captain Russell.
Captain Russell moment. So
Do
Willis.
Guna Lagan.
Teen Guna Lagan. So any other? Yeah,
Let's see, we've got more comments.
I think we've got more.
Teen Guna Lagan.
Teen Guna Lagan. Once Jen, I can't believe Klassen got bowled by head in World Cup semi. I mean, that was a very good ball. Through the gate, it drifted in, spun back in, Klassen all over the place. Yeah.
Okay, Iga Swatik fan. It was Klassen. Klassen is one of the finest against spin in modern cricket. If he's not picking googly from Suyash, he's going to trouble a lot of batters this season. Yeah, to the point, he's saying which batter did not. No. Klassen also happened, but it even in his first over, I think, when he bowled, there was another batter, if I'm not mistaken.
I
Could
think
have
it
been
was
someone else.
Samad who was struggling against him.
May have been. I'll just check.
We'll
and I'll
have to
let you
check.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, King D, 2 bouncers rule is unfair to Shreyas Iyer. Why is BCCI after him these days? Please answer that question.
I mean,
Question of the day.
see,
King D.
today he didn't get out to a
We
short
needed
ball.
Shashwat and Chain to answer.
Before you answer that question, I just want to make a point. Because a lot of people went after us when we were saying that why is Shreyas picking and choosing, and then came news of Shreyas May is not fit and did not field in Ranji Trophy, may not be available to play in IPL. At that time I had said, please guys, hold your horses. Hold your horses. Saying that you are not fit and will not be available to IPL is another thing compared to really not being available and not playing of the IPL. So has he missed the opening game? Has he?
No, he hasn't.
So let's wait and watch if he goes on to miss a few games, because as we now know, it's a recurring back problem. So if somebody has a recurring back problem, then it is possible in the next 10 games you miss 1 or 2, right?
Yep.
But natural. So let's wait and watch.
Exactly. But then see, 2 bouncer rule is unfair. I mean, today he didn't get out on the short ball. Okay. Took a very good catch. And when the luck is not with your.
Generically, answer his question. Overall, not about today.
I mean, see. If I am Shreyas Iyer, I'll say, Arey, bring it on. That's what he did in the World Cup semi-final. 2 bouncer, even if it's 20 bouncer, doesn't matter. I am always right, isn't it? Baat to sahi hai,
What
isn't
did he
it?
say back then? It's all media narrative.
It's all media narrative, baat to sahi hai. That's what he said, na? So, in that sense, Shreyas Iyer will not be faced. But King D, I mean, as I said, when luck is not with you, it is not with you. And Shreyas, on his comeback after 1 year in the IPL, goes out for a silver duck. What do you do then? So that's the problem.
So not an ideal comeback for both the comeback boys.
It was to Markram.
Markram,
Yes, it was the 10th over. It was Suyash's first over. He bowled one to Markram. Markram thought he'll hit him for the 4, tries to drive, but gets that inside. He doesn't read the
Googly.
Yeah.
He doesn't read the Google.
Yeah,
That's
I remember. There wasn't. Klassen or anyone. It happened much earlier.
Yeah. Animesh Purohit is saying Shahbaz should be held responsible. Went for the glory shot that just broke the momentum. I get it, he played well, but it was Klassen and Shahbaz's responsibility to finish the game. There will be a 50-50 debate on that.
Yeah, it's not really out of line, the question. It does have some sort of merit, I agree. It does. But I think he's also instrumental in, both of them are instrumental in taking you where it is. That's why finishing games never easy.
Exactly. I mean, see, Rinku, if you look at it in that game 2 years back, it was a rather wide delivery from Stoinis. He went for the shot, but then it took a freakish catch from Evan Lewis to ensure that this happened. So, it is a really, really big issue. Piyush Nandre is like telling me, Sid, criticize Shreyas Iyer and Ishan Kishan not playing Ranji. But it's sportside too many dugout or live and Ranji final or something. If you can pick and choose, why not players?
Let me answer that. Piyush Nandre, they are players and they have been told that is their way of performing, right? Why we don't do Ranji Trophy? It's not on us, it's on you guys. We put out videos of Ranji Trophy. Please go and see how many people watch that. Please go and see how many people watch it. Our job is to concentrate on content that people consume. Our job is different to the job of a player. Their job is not to be doing or playing a game that is watched by more people. Their job is to perform at different stages because they have a set structure by which they are picked and they have to follow that. You cannot compare that to what we are doing. You yourself being this, holier than thou, and 90% of you don't even care for all that. And how have you come complaining about don't do other sport? We do other sport videos. Please see how many of you even are interested in watching that. We've even done live for other sports. Please go and see how many of you are interested. It's on you guys. If you guys start consuming more content which is related to Ranji Trophy or content with other sport, more of that will be done. So it's on you guys. So don't say that. And for a player, they're not in the business of journalism. They're in the business of playing cricket. For them, that holds more importance than it may for us. Our work and importance, for each work, there is a degree of what you need to be or make important in different levels. That's like saying, you guys do everything live, you guys don't practice, and you ask the players to practice. Otherwise, it's their job to practice. No, it's not our job to practice.
And also,
So,
Piyush,
apples with apples, oranges with oranges.
Piyush, there were videos.
That's what I'm saying. But I said, how many of them watch?
We were the only guys, if you look at it, to have picked out a different angle of a 54-year first in the Ranji Trophy. The all Maharashtra derby.
No, he's talking about these live shows, pre, mid, whatever.
But remember, in the Ranji semi-final and final, one other major series was overlapped. India-England.
But even if it did not,
I remember.
you don't even watch the other videos you produce on that, and you're giving gyan here.
Yeah.
That is, and comparing two wrong, it's not even in comparison. Their priorities are going to be different than ours, no? We're in a different field altogether.
Yep, absolutely. So
It's like you're saying, you guys complained that Shreyas Iyer's back is a problem, your own back is a problem. Yes, my back is a problem, but I'm not supposed to play cricket for the country, no? My back having a problem is no issue. His back having problem is a bigger issue. So, you can't have same thing. Yes, if you are going to ask questions, then you need to compare two same things. So, you're asking us about we doing, and then we are giving gyan about some other media coverage, then you can tell us. But you do this, then it's the same.
exactly.
But this is no comparison, sir.
Yeah. Ashish Dar Singh, is Kohli the only IPL player to not change franchise since 2008? No, wrong. Kyron Pollard and Lasith Malinga played for the.
No, but they're not playing now. He's talking about now, right now.
To not change. Yes, he's the only guy. Nobody else is there. Russell started with Delhi. Then he's playing for KKR now at this point. So yes, MS Dhoni, those 2 years in between, unfortunately couldn't do it. Rohit, DC, no. Only Virat, King Kohli. That's it. KK. Two Indian bowlers, Harshit and Natarajan, are best for their team, leaving behind Stark and Cummins. Bhuvi. Kudos to Nattu and Rana. SRH need to drop Tripathi and play Reddy or Sundar. Firstly, I think Harshit and Natarajan KK, I think wait for 5-6 games for a bowler. I think first game you did well. If it maintains for 5-6 games, then this comment holds valid. Drop Tripathi, yes, but I don't know why Sundar was not
Same
played.
logic applies there as well.
Yeah.
Yes, there is poor form from last year to be taken into consideration.
2 years if you look at it.
But
yeah.
he's also delivered the goods in the past and with other franchises as well. Yeah. So there is reason to sort of, play him a little more and then you can take a call.
Exactly. So that is the problem. That is the problem. But wait for Nattu and Harshit, I would say wait for a couple of games more.
Don't jump the gun yet.
Don't jump the gun, absolutely. And
Okay.
Rudrapal, KKR need one more fast bowler. Ramandeep Singh can bowl. No,
Do they need one? I
they
think they're
don't.
Fine.
They don't.
they're fine.
They have a Chetan Sakaria and a Dushman Chami.
Vaibhav
Dushman
Arora as
Chami.
well.
By the way, Piyush Nandar makes an interesting point. Bumrah is also not changed.
Yeah, Bumrah has also not changed.
Yeah, good point.
15 to 23 years, he hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the way it is. Then
Priyanshu says, Nikhil sir, I said Klassen is the guy, but Priyanshu, we acknowledge that.
Yes.
We said it on our show. And in afternoon, he said Kuldeep is the only hope for DC.
well, we also felt that Aksar and Kuldeep were the only hopes for DC, but then that didn't happen. And I think their weak pace bowling lineup bungled. And Ishant's injury, there was no plan B in that sense. So that's why Delhi have a lot of planning to do. But KKR, PBKS and CSK are the teams to have gotten on the board in IPL 2024 after day 2.
Rishabh Pant also being the other guy who's not changed.
Actually, yes. Delhi Daredevils and Delhi Capitals, yes, he hasn't.
But the franchise.
The franchise.
Name.
Yes.
The name, at least.
Yeah, the
okay,
name change.
final question. Animesh44 says, I think you should give us new set of top 4 predictions after all teams have played one match. That would be interesting. You want to do that? We're going to do it.
We can do it.
Why not? We'll do it. Let's do it.
We can.
Let's do it.
We can do it, yes. But I think after a week or mid of the IPL,
But then there's no
Yeah,
fun
no,
then.
that
It's
much
not
is
a
too much.
prediction.
He's saying one game, so you get a rough idea of how that is.
We can do that.
One game. We'll do it.
ठीक है.
Okay. On that note, thank you for your company. You've been a lovely audience as always.
Yes.
This is just day 2. And we have plenty more days coming. So look forward to your company.
Tomorrow it's another double header. It's Lucknow versus Rajasthan Royals, Lucknow Super Giants versus Rajasthan Royals at the Savai Mansingh Stadium, and Gujarat Titans versus the Mumbai Indians at the Narendra Modi Stadium.
Wow.
Hardik's
Sizzling.
homecoming with a lot of twist.
Wow. He's not taken that blue one, has he?
No, I don't
not
think he
even
has
looked
taken
at.
the. We have one more super chat, Shivam. I think we have one more.
No, we can leave it. Shivam's not interested, so it's his call. We can leave it.
Okay, all Indian players.
Karthik K from
Karthik
US is saying, yeah, go ahead.
All Indian players went to same barber, similar haircuts. Oh,
Not same barber, but yeah.
same hairstylist, dresser.
Yeah, Satish B says, why Travis Head was not playing? You can drop Jansen, tailor-made pitch.
I would have played Head, not had Janssen.
We discussed that.
Yeah,
at length.
we did. So,
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Good night.
Nandri.
Vanakkam.
Shubh Ratri, Shab Bakhair.
join you in the next 14 hours,
So that's done the calculation.
as always.
And he's spot on.
Yep.
See you then. Bye-bye.
Nandri, bye-bye, see you.